Hello, hello, and welcome back as Milak Bilal continues his march to the sea and leaves the glorious Zaplo Imperium in a much less glorious state. In Perfidious Beat plays Stellaris. I'm starting to beginning to wonder, yeah, that's nice, the research complete, but I'm beginning to wonder if maybe the glorious Zaplo Imperium here, you guys think maybe it's an ironic nickname? Like maybe this particular species of space roach here are the space roach equivalent of hipsters? Running around their little hives, talking about the newest unheard of band whose terrible music was just featured on Hey Fork Media, while drinking $8 cans of Pabst Bug Ribbon and laughing about how clever the tiny mustaches they have tattooed on the inside of their feelers are. I kind of get that vibe from these guys. I mean, look, he could swing this little antennae right down across his upper lip and wiggle it so it looks just like a handlebar mustache. It'd be so easy. And if that's the case, it makes it more than a little difficult for me to care about their fate and to censure Admiral Bilal here for his destructive impulses. Sure, eventually the glorious Zaplo Imperium is going to be a glorious vassal of the Peterian Empire, and I'd like some of their infrastructure to still be intact when we bring them into the fold. But on the other hand, they are putting up a little bit more of a fight than I expected, and hipsters, or roachsters, I should probably call them roachsters maybe, but either way, hipsters, roasters, they're so damned irritating, it's just almost impossible for me to care what actually happens to them. So what if Bilal blows up all their mustache wax factories? Who gives a shit? Everyone hates your stupid handlebar mustache anyway, Phil. It looks ridiculous. You look like you should be standing on the steps outside of Sarajevo Town Hall waiting to wave goodbye to Franz Ferdinand just before he gets shot. Cut that damn thing down to a reasonable length, sir. Plus, frankly, your mustache wax, it smells terrible. It's odious in the extreme, and I'm tired of it, Phil. I'm fucking tired of it. Marauder missiles. I'm completely checking out of the missile department. I no longer give a single shit about missiles in any capacity. Cruisers could be extraordinarily... It's going to take 67 months to get us up to cruisers. In that time, we could get plasteel armor 3 in a meager 43 months. That's a little over 3 years. Advanced afterburners, it's a long time before we're going to get those, and I don't give a shit about Marauder missiles or Swarmer missiles at all. It's either cruisers or plast. You know what? If we're going to pick one, I think I would rather have cruisers. Let's do the big investment now. Cruisers are, they're going to be useful. We'll want them. We'll want them. Let's get those started. Plasteel armor, we're more into shields than armor anyway, really. Alright, so let's crank our speed back up here. And you know what, Bilal? It's just go ahead and just do your thing, bro. Just rampage. Out of control destruction. Whatever you do to the Zaplos at this point, I have a hard time caring. I really do. We do have another fleet that's supposed to be massing in Ofang. We're waiting for the 2nd, 4th, and 3rd strike forces to all get there. They are en route. The fleet that's down here is really small. The 2nd Husk Squadron, they don't got a lot of husk to their busk. Or a lot of busk to their husk. They are hipsters after all. I have to assume some of them spend not an inconsiderable amount of the time in public places singing music nobody wants to hear. Oh, why are we paused? We shouldn't be paused. We should, in fact, if anything, we should just be going faster. Who's evading a hostile fleet? And why? I mean, I know what the hostile fleet is. Who's evading it? The Woo. Woo, why do you keep coming back here and then immediately going into evasion mode? 3rd Strike Force, you are done. You know what? You can just chill at Earth for now. That's fine. This Strike Force is going to be more than enough to put the kibosh... Well, never mind. The Woo is supposed to be out here researching debris, I believe. We have... Hold on a second. We have a fight. Who is this? You're in Ofang. What are you doing? Oh, you're gonna blow up a wormhole station. I thought that was our wormhole station. I guess it's not.
Construction complete.
Well, I mean, okay, whatever. You guys are rallying up as long as you're rendezvousing somewhere. Where the hell is our wormhole station then? Is ours in Bickhole? Ours is in Bickhole. Well, shit pickles. All of you guys need to actually go to Bickhole instead. I'm sorry. I sent you to the wrong place. I apologize. That's my bad. Or alternatively, Electra, I guess, is another place where we have a wormhole station. We also have a bunch of idle construction ships that I would really prefer not be idle. Assuming there's anything for them to do, you can come out here and build a mining station. Where are you at? You have plenty of shit to do, so why don't you go ahead and build mining stations on top of that. Your system is empty. We can't come out here and do anything with any of this. So let's send you over to Rim Job here and start rimming them out. And you in Pegol, why don't you just come to Electra and build a research station there. That gets you guys all with something to do, keeps y'all a little bit busy. Takes us down to 154 minerals. We're in a bit of an energy crisis. What we really need to do is start up and, okay, we need to run through our planets and see if anybody has any potential additional sources of energy. Like anything we can upgrade, we want to go ahead. Any energy source we can upgrade, we want to upgrade. Building requires a growing pop to function. It's going to be a while before they get there. You should have something. We should really build you some manner of science lab. Let's get you a basic science facility. You guys are, I mean, you're working sort of suboptimal tiles in that you're just producing food and minerals, but you are producing something, so I don't really want to upgrade you just yet. A lot of upgrades we could do on this planet. Do we really want to upgrade this dump? None of this stuff produces energy. I don't really want to pay energy for any additional upkeep, and they still have plenty of tiles to possibly expand to. There's nothing that needs developed there. These guys, we really need this tile. We really need this tile cleared. You know what? Do it. We don't actually have enough minerals to clear it. Okay, that's fine. We'll get more minerals in like 8 days, and then we're going to clear this tile. Is this... Oh, no. This is... I was going to say, is this Woo again? No, this is actually the fight. Our boy showed back up and has rendered their fleet utterly annihilated in almost an instant. Okay. Let's check the fleet stats. Hey, more debris for Woo to research. Look on the bright side, Woo. You got more. We lost nothing. You guys are going to go get repaired. We already control the planet, so... Don't we? Yeah, okay, we have army. Yeah, I was going to say, we already have armies on this planet, so it's fine. That's actually where all of our armies are. They all are assault armies, which is maybe not the greatest thing ever, but it's not the end of the world either. Don't care about our combat fleet. Construction complete, a mining station. So you have nothing left to do then, right? Yeah, this area has been 100% fully developed. So you know what, construction ship Stevedore? There has to be something somewhere for you to do. Somewhere there is something that requires your attention, even if it's only going to... I don't suppose we have pulled this into the fold yet. We finally did it! Go out here and build mining stations in Virdamon. We finally got our borders to expand to the point where this is in our space now. I'm quite happy about that. I've been waiting forever, and that gives the Stevedore something to do for a good long while. It's about freaking time. That's all I'm going to say. So we got more minerals then. Let's go back to our planetary survey while our fleet gets repaired. Make sure everybody's doing what they need to be doing. So, Pittsburgh, you're going to upgrade this even though it costs a fortune. I really want to get another Unity. We're going to clear this tile blocker because we have to. Chicago. What? Okay, you've got... Let's upgrade that. That's more energy. Going to upgrade that. That's more energy. Going to upgrade... Well, we're not going to upgrade that because we need 77.7 more minerals, which we can get.
Evading hostile fleet. System survey complete.
Who is evading a hostile fleet in Matar? They sent... It's one goddamn ship, Woo. It's one ship. It's one freaking lousy ship, Woo. One lousy-ass ship, and you're... Okay, you know what? Fine. These fleets merge to form Devastator, please.
Science ship under attack.
Oh, Woo couldn't make it out? No. Run, Woo! Did you make it? I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's fine. They're missing in action. Woo's missing in action, but it's not going to last too long. It's going to be just like the career of Charles Bronson in that it doesn't last nearly as long as everybody thought it was going to. Pete, Charles Bronson was in Hollywood for like 40 years. What the hell are you talking? You know what? I stand by my assertion. We all expected more of Charles Bronson. How come these are not merged? Merge together. And also merge. More with the merging here. You guys are going to go be stationed in Matar so that the next time Somebody shows up with one ship, Wu doesn't have to run away. You guys are the official Matar Defense Force now. I know you don't have an admiral, but Wu will be back eventually as soon as he completes his repairs. Sector missing. Are you guys out of energy again? Of course you are. Well, here, take 300 and that'll last you like 5 minutes. They're losing 25 a month. We're making 31 a month. So we do still have a net gain. But we really need to do something to try and get these guys more energy sufficient. What are you guys building on this planet, actually, is the question. And Tick T Darb. Oh, right. You're just waiting for these guys to be dead. Which, on the plus side, is a little over a year away. As soon as they die, the problem all goes away. We're going to lose, well, our food input is going to go down dramatically. But the overall lowering of our population, which is something I've been sort of wanting to address for a little while. There's a reason I'm not completely at my fleet cap. Alejandro Rodriguez is leveled up to level 5 on the Science Ship Arbiter. Good deal. What are you doing? You have nothing to do now. Literally nothing? Come over here and build a mining station then. We've got all of this space and it's basically all fully developed. Stebnar is not yet within our grasp. Wu's still on the run. Whoa. Sometimes you got to step back and just appreciate the grandeur of your own accomplishments. Look at the Peterian Empire. Look at all that we have managed to achieve. Look at all that we have conquered. All of this is under our domain. We have like a third of the galaxy under our aegis right now. Pretty remarkable. We've come a long way.
Construction complete.
So you guys have got Matar settled. Also, why are you not fighting? If there's a hostile fleet in that system, why are you not engaging it? You just sit on your hands, huh? Here's an idea. Stop them bombing our planet. Our citizens are on that planet. Have them knock that shit off. Ah, yes. Making me real salty here. Okay, Shutes, you may just get decommissioned. We're paying upkeep on this thing. We don't really necessarily need to be paying upkeep on this. We're not, granted, not fully 100% exploited, but... Okay, and you know what? Here, just do build research stations and then build mining stations. I suppose as long as there is something for you to do, we should have you doing something. As long as we can give you a task, we want to do that. Also, I'm going to go start back cycling through our planets here. You should have a research station. Build basic science lab. This guy is mining. That population actually isn't grown yet, so we're fine there. Picago, can you give us any more juice? Can we squeeze any more energy out of you? No, but we can squeeze some more unity out of you, which is fine. This guy is giving us 1 mineral and 1 food. What I would rather you give us is 1 energy subsidy, so let's do that. Oh, it looks like we're actually building. Here, when that new population gets grown, do that. Picago is like getting pretty well developed. It's starting to get a little built up. You're fine, Peterson City. You guys are going to be like the energy powerhouse of the Empire. And I just want to make sure that you guys continually have room to expand and are continually expanding. So far, so good. All right. Outstanding. Fort Pete. Fort Pete is out of room for population. We're going to need to get another month's income. These guys are not growing. They need to be growing. I know toxic kelp has been a problem for us historically. Yeah, this is going to be a real short fight. Toxic kelp has been, for us, historically a problem. I'm curious if they're even going to get through our shields. Missile Alpha Strike, did it even make it through the shields? Well, it must have, because they're looking for repairs. Who took damage? One of our Corvettes took... It's a freaking Corvette, though. One of our Corvettes actually took damage. You know what? I want you guys to stay on station here. I'm not going to repair you just yet. I don't care enough about that Corvette. I really don't. I'd kind of like to see the Corvettes all get destroyed in combat so they can die doing something useful. I want them to die doing something useful. First Strike Force, why don't you just go get repaired then, since we're tag teaming out. But I want them to die doing something useful rather than just straight up decommissioning them. Mounting unrest on Bacter is reportedly caused, at least in part, by the perceived unfair treatment of the aliens. You know, they can be angry about that unfair treatment for like another 18 months roughly, and then they won't have to worry about it anymore because the Bacterians will all have been processed into delicious meals. I really like plus 20% border range here as a pick. Slave army. Our slaves are food. 10% naval capacity. Xeno zoo. No, we're not gonna. We don't want to keep them around. We know everything about the Bacterians already. We don't need to keep them in zoos. We know everything about them, including what they taste like. We know these things. I don't really feel like there's anything left we need to learn about the Bacterians. We know it all. I don't want to sound like a know-it-all, but we know it all. Here, go build research stations. When you're done with that, build mining stations as well. That'll keep you busy for a goddamned eternity while we continue prosecuting the war. We were going to Ampaldir. Again, we got a 64% war score here. I do have to bring this up periodically. I know the logo for the channel does sit right on top of our overall war score. So periodically I like to bring this up just so all y'alls can see what's going on. Pete, could you just move the logo? Yeah, I could, but I'm a lazy man and I'm not gonna. What was our... Oh, we were gonna try and give Bobic Laxatric to the Eruptions. I mean, just because we've got it occupied, I'm sure we can still do that. We're gonna vassalize the Zaplo Imperium. We're gonna humiliate them. We need a 94% war score to get all of our demands. I don't suppose you guys will just take it, will you? Like, if we just do all of these things? No, they won't accept it. Relative Navy strength gives them plus 20? What Navy? Every time they build one, I go annihilate it. I'm very dubious of your relative Navy strength claims, sir. Alright, so the Woo... Alright, Woo, aren't you supposed to be doing all these... You're supposed to be researching all these debris. Well, I mean, you're doing one. Sanchez... I don't remember what you're supposed to be doing. Here, just come survey this system. The Torch, I don't even know where you are. Here, come survey. How do we have... Oh, here, survey that system. It's not surveyed. You might as well knock yourself out. Micromanagement. I know it makes for gripping gameplay, chat. We're sitting here micromanaging our glorious space empire. But there's a reason it's a glorious space empire. It's because of our ridiculous, obsessive attention to detail. Were it not for our overwhelming... You gotta be shitting me. These guys brought another fucking fleet back? They just keep cranking out ships, and we just keep cranking out dead bodies. Yeah, I know. You're gonna be evading a hostile fleet now. Okay, where do these guys, when they come in, where do they come in at? Because wherever they come in at, I just want to park a fleet there. Could you annihilate those people, please? I'm tired of evading this not actually a fleet, hostile fleet. Here, not a distraction. These guys are coming in like over here. I want you just parked right over here outside of Matar 4. And the next time one of those fleets comes in, just annihilate it as soon as it drops out of the war. I'm tired of it messing with our science ship, mostly because I'm tired of having to give them the same order over and over and over again. Shit's getting real irritating. Goibnu, is there anything we can have you do? Didn't I send you up here to Regulus earlier to build a mining station? I thought I did, but in the event that I didn't, I did now. Fleet stats, how'd we do? What a surprise. They were destroyed to a man, and we lost nothing. I want to go back on the offensive here, but they keep sending this, like, distraction fleet over to irritate me. I suppose we could just start blowing up all their wormhole stations. The Eruptions built one here. The Glorious Zaplos have one here. That's what we're going to do as soon as the first strike force is repaired. We're going to send it around to blow up all of these goddamn wormhole stations. I'm getting sick of them. Is that a construction ship? They're building another wormhole station, aren't they? They're trying to replace the one I just destroyed. These Zaplo, though, got a real never say die attitude. You got to give them that. They won't give up. Be like, nope. Feels like the game should have a mechanic where we can just conquer. Once we conquer a system, we should just be able to steal somebody else's wormhole stations. We should just be able to be like, nope, these are ours now. How different can our science be? We're both generating wormholes. We finally analyzed some debris. Are you guys out of cash again? Of course you are. Oh, here. You know what? Just take it all so I don't have to just keep irritating me. We're getting so... We have so much idle mineral, too. More science, please. Are we gaining as much energy as our other sector is losing? We're gaining 21, they're costing us 22. The answer is no. These guys have a surplus, though. I suppose we could drain them, although I really don't want to. In fact, what I'd like to do is, here, you guys take some minerals. You guys have bonus energy, but you're lacking in minerals. So I'm going to give you some minerals so that you can build up to capacity. It's not like I'm using them. I suppose I could use them to build more ships, but if I use them to build more ships, that's just going to cost us more money, although I do want at least 2 more destroyers. Then I think maybe we'll stockpile them for a while and see if we can't work out a deal to sell those minerals for cash. We've got way more minerals than we... I don't want to say than we need, but then we can sort of respectably find a use for at the moment.
Complete.
Who's idle now? You're idle. I really don't know what to... Here, come get us 12 more minerals. It's 450. Build a mining station. And then when you're done, you know, maybe build a mining station. And then possibly follow that up with nothing because we're out of minerals. Talking about how you don't even have a use for all your minerals, Pete, and then you immediately go to build something that requires more minerals than you... Yeah, I'm aware of the irony. Thank you. Are you guys fully repaired? Fully repaired. Good. So now that... hold on. The silhouettes discernible from orbit are indeed buildings, and closer inspection reveals them to be an obvious martial nature. While abandoned for some time, though very recently and on a galactic timescale, Science Officer Alejandro Rodriguez believes that secrets of alien tactics may yet be exhumed from beneath the dust that covers the decaying barracks and looted armories. Special project may be issued to study the remains. Well, let's do that then. Into the situation log. Alejandro, that's you. You're on the... Are you on the Arbiter? Yeah, that's... Okay. That's a you job. So let's go... Special project is where? Debris, 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 debris. Investigate, investigate. This is the Cybrex? No. It's not the Iota Menace. It's not the Lambda Menace. It's none of this debris. Alien Barracks. There we go. Go to... Arbiter, this is your job now. Do that research project. There you go. Oh, that's in a weird part of space. That's up here by... The one sort of serious threat I feel like we've kind of encountered is the Oxbraxy Hive. They are technologically superior to us, and they also, I believe, last time we looked, had a superior fleet strength to us as well. So I want you guys headed to here. We're going to have to split our fleet if we want to get on the offensive. We did it. We got a new tradition. So, power grid. Energy nexus is unlocked. That's beautiful. What do we want to put in here as a follow-up research project? Barrier point defense. Wormhole generation rate and wormhole range are both enormously useful. 85 months, though. That's an extraordinarily long time. Plasma throwers. They're not bad. We could go with like a combo of plasma and... How long does this take? 29 months. It's good damage, 4 to 18, and it ignores a bunch of armor. Then we would have stuff that ignores shields and stuff that ignores armor. Both. We could combine those with railguns, but wormhole generation... 85 months is an incredibly long time, though. We could get some bonuses that bring that 85 months down. It makes our fleets much faster and able to travel much farther. I'm torn. You know what? Do the plasma throw just because it's faster. In the meantime, let's take a look at our new tradition here. Vassal acculturation. We are going to have to probably start integrating the eruptions. I would like to see that be cheaper. Tributaries give you an additional 10% of their income. We don't have any. Fleet levies. Every vassal increases your naval capacity by an amount equal to 20% of theirs. Respectable. But really, I would rather... Are we going to incorporate the erections? Yes, we are, because... Here's the thing. Okay, we're going to do this. And I've tried to make this point like 5 times, and I keep interrupting myself because I'm a scattered-brained idiot. Here's the thing.
Construction complete.
In September of 2275, roughly, we're going to lose a big chunk of our overall population because they're going to be finally... We will have eaten all of them. That's going to drop. It's one of the reasons why I haven't been going absolutely ridiculous crazy with our fleet capacity as well, because I know it's going to go down when we take that giant population hit. So I've sort of been avoiding doing anything I know is going to cause us to have population issues. And once we have eaten all of the Bacterians and most of the fungus men, I think we'll start integrating the eruptions, because apparently they're going to be too dumb to see the writing on the wall. But we're going to begin integrating them. The Goibnu has literally nothing to do. I mean, I suppose we could send it out here and have it build a mining station. But the erections are too dumb to see the writing on the wall. And once our population goes down, we will actually be able to afford the bonus penalties we're going to get. We're going to get bonuses when our population goes down. It makes all of our stuff research faster, because research is based on the amount of research, and fleet capacity are based on total population. The more people you have, the more resources it takes to do those. And I don't want to get any more people in our empire until we've sort of gotten rid of some, if that makes sense. It's like people in, people out. And when we take the population dip from having eaten all of the Bacterians and fungus men, I'm okay then with beginning to start soaking in more population from the eruptions. Once that's done, we'll, as soon as they're part of the empire, we're going to eat them. Then we'll move on. We take things into ourselves, we make them our own, and we devour them. That's actually the way this works. I didn't even see what benefit we got from that. I was paying no attention at all, and I'm not ashamed of it. How come nobody's doing research projects here? Oh, you are. Science ship arbiter? What can we have you do then? Oh, well, why don't you just keep surveying? You aren't even finished. Sanchez... I mean, there's a bunch of ships, bunch of systems out here that nobody's bothered to look at, so I suppose we could have you do that. Here, bounce out here, survey this shit. That's fine. Can't go this way because the Oxbraxy Hive has got us pinned in, so our northern borders are effectively static at the moment. Hostile fleets are present? Where?
Evading hostile fleet.
I am? Why? This counts as a hostile fleet, huh? Okay. Wait, hold on a minute. What are you guys doing over here? Why are you in Ofang? I left you in Matar specifically to stop this. And yet you fucking abandon your post, you jerks. You guys are making me so weary. Alright, hold on. They've sent us a peace offer. We should at least consider it. Oh, this is not us. This is the Valdari. The Pobulan Harmonious Republic and the Valdari Star. It's Frank Muterwood! Yes, Pete, we have, finally made peace with these poor Pobelans. We told them that it was going to be a problem. They didn't listen. And now, Pete, they have suffered the inevitable fate of everyone who crosses Frank Muterwood. No one, Pete. No one trifles with Muterwood. And now, the Pobelans, they have ceded us 4 of their planets and been utterly humiliated. Utterly. They also destroyed a frontier outpost, which frankly doesn't really mean much. So the Valdari are sort of becoming a problem, and they are still at war, by the way, with I think these guys, and also still the Authority of Men. I mean, who was in the Bright Concord? It's everybody in the Bright Concord. That's the Pobelans. These guys already got their asses done whooped, though. Are you in the Bright Concord? Okay, the Commonwealth of Myrick. So With the defeat they just handed the Pobolans, all the rest of their foes combined probably are weaker than they are. Frank Mooterwood is, well, he's gonna prove to be a formidable opponent, but we always expected that. We were always expecting him to be formidable. Didn't I just tell you to do something up here, Arbiter? I thought I just told you to finish, like, surveying stuff. If I didn't, allow me to do so now. Torch, I was almost positive I also told you to survey stuff. Why are you guys not following orders? No one in this empire will listen to me. Just none of them will listen to me anymore. Nobody's going to obey. Yeah, you're missing in action, whatever. The Valdari made peace. Hostile fleets are present. You guys want to go murder him, though? I mean, this is sort of your mandate, is to come down here and stop these guys from jacking our shit. And first off, I told you to do it a while ago. Can't help but notice that you didn't fucking listen at all. Do your damn job this time, please. I want to see these people destroyed with no loss of life or harm to our empire. There we go. Peace offer, yes, yes. Combat stats, what a surprise. We destroyed them utterly. Now, would you guys please come over here and just do what you're told and stay in the spot where I want you to be parked? Just stay around Matar 4 so that when those guys come back, we can go back to ignoring them. All I want to have to do is not pay attention to them. Biotelli, communication from the Authi Interplanetary Nation. Let us end this meaningless rivalry. Who are you? We're rivals with you? Why are we rivals with you, lizard man? I mean, you stopped rivaling me. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop rivaling you. I don't even know where those people live. Hold on a second. These guys? Where are you? Can we go? Where are you on the map? Oh, I see. You're bumping uglies with old Frank Mooterwood up there, and suddenly it's no longer to your benefit to be my rival, is it? Uh-huh. Suddenly the tables have turned. Boy, you fucking hate us, though, huh? How come? Because we're genocidal, all right? +1 yearly. Well, we've been at it a good long while. Speaking of which, did our population just drop dramatically? Because we should have finished eating all of the Bacterians. We ate them all, right? Like in Glug Mem, should be only humans left. Yeah, look at that. Oh, we did it. Quietly, we have committed genocide. Once again, we have quietly genocided our opponents and gotten away with it scot-fucking-free. I would really rather have you on an energy grid than a mine. Although our food production has gone down precipitously. We still have more than enough to feed the Empire, but it has gone down. How's your unrest suddenly? Yeah, there isn't any. What a surprise. So, Glug Mem, taken care of. Let's go check. Hey, also, well, now we actually have to give this planet a proper name because there's no stupid, ridiculous, stinky aliens on it anymore. Let's see here. Petattle, It's been a while since we've had to come up with a name. We've had squishy aliens around for so long. You know, we should probably have a peat field. Peat field. There we go. What other planets have been purged of the alien scum that now require a name? Back tour. How are you looking? Oh, well, you have no unrest now suddenly, which I'm going to guess means everything has been taken care of. We've got a decided dip in our overall energy production because we have, look at all the, well, I mean, these tiles were not producing anything earlier anyway. That's one thing we have to consider. These tiles were not doing anything before either. So let's put you here. And when this population grows, which is going to take a while, we'll put you here. That should help us in an energy perspective. Also, this planet is going to need a name because, of course, it does. This is going to be, let's see, Corpus Peatsty. There we go. What else we got here? We should have one more planet that needs. Was it in Pava? Yeah. Oh, we have 2 planets here, Bagash and Glugbath. Hey, look at this. Gloriously all human, as intended by God. We're going to move you off those minerals and have you grab some food instead. Everybody else here is largely occupied with energy production. I'm pretty okay with that. Where's our growing population? We should be growing a pop somewhere. Which one of you? None of you are growing. Well, you still need a name. Let's see. We're getting, geez, the name thing is actually getting to be, getting to be a little bit hard here. Las Pitas. I'm looking for a Vegas thing here. I mean, we already have a Los Pitalas, which is, you know, let's just call it Las Pitas. Las Pitas. There we go. I like that better. And then we've got one more here in Glugbath. Can we optimize our overall? Yes, we're going to have you be on energy production instead because we want that 9 energy. I'm kind of tempted to start taking away from minerals. Why are you not producing? Why are you angry? Your happiness is a 0. Why? Your faction. Oh, your faction. Well, I guess you're going to be a slave then. This guy will deal. He'll do his job. He doesn't care. He's like, I don't know. I don't want to be a slave anymore. You want me on this tile producing 12 energy a turn? You got it, sir. Happily done, sir. Meanwhile, let Ricky over there go toil himself to death in the salt fields. And now we need a name for this one. I think we'll call this one Petan. Yeah. It's like, you know, she told me she'd love me. If I hurry, I can still make Petan. If I hurry, I can still make Petan. Fleet look fine. You're still parked in Matar, which is where you're supposed to be. Finally, somebody's obeying their directives for a change. And I think this is where I'm going to wrap this episode up, actually. I gotta, every time I do it, I have to take a moment to revel in the fact that if we go and look at the species, you can see that most of them are human. Wait, who are you and where are you? Oh, you're like a proto-species, and so are you. We could try and uplift these guys. We should probably just go conquer and devour them. Where do you live? You're some primitive species? In Emergent. What kind of planet have you got? It's a toilet. We could just throw it into District 13, though. We'll remember those guys. We'll send some humans out there later, put our seed upon Emergent, and then destroy it. In the meantime, erections, I can't help but notice that you have failed to read. Oh, you're suddenly disloyal. What a surprise. How come? It's probably the genocide, right? I'm going to assume it's the genocide. Yeah, it's definitely the genocide, and that you really don't like that at all. You trust us, though. Plus 76. We have some mutual threats. You're a subject. We're Star Lords. Same authority, repugnant ruler. I'm just going to go ahead and we'll start doing this. Gonna bring you on board. Take 98 months at 5 influence per month. So we're gonna be losing 2 per month for almost 100 months. We can afford to do that. Let's confirm this. Integration has begun. The eruptions have not been able to see the writing on the wall. They have no idea what's in store for them. None whatsoever. We are gonna need some more food though, because our overall growth rate is gonna have been vastly decreased. A monthly food surplus increases the speed of all population growth by 46%. I have to assume that's just incorrect now. A new faction has been founded. New factions have recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of Peterian Empire. Led by scientist Xing Si, they call themselves the National Prosperity League. Lobby for a national focus on financial growth and stability through peaceful means. Well, they're probably going to wind up suppressed. I'm assuming that's... Oh, the Popular Vote Society still exists? I mean, I can't really afford to suppress another faction. How much are you going to hate us? You have 1 supporter? 1. The Popular Vote Society only has 2 supporters. They have 2. How is this faction not eradicated? So Xing Ti founded a faction and he's the one guy who's in it. It's just him, huh? You want to keep the peace? Not going to happen. Traditional prosperity, you like it when we adopt prosperity. That's not going to happen. Non-violence, definitely not going to happen. Strategic resource control and solid liquidity. They like all of those things. Mostly they're angry because we're at war. I mean, you're still getting suppressed, don't get me wrong. Suppressed faction, that's done and done. And wherever your supporter is, by the way, who is this? One guy on Petan supports this. Well, that guy is going to be a slave then. Assuming I can remember where Petan is, and I guarantee at this point I cannot. So where's the find key? Yeah, here we go. Petan is in Pava. Oh, right, it's one of the newly dubbed. Yep, here we go. Who gets to be a slave? You? I just pulled you out of slavery, dude. I just uplifted you. I just raised you up from the depths of ignorance. Okay. Well, it can't be this guy because we also enslaved him for a reason. This population isn't even grown yet. I don't want to give up all of this energy production, although we would hear, all right, you know what? This population's got to be almost grown. 45 out of the 36. I'm not sure how they actually haven't grown. That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. How can they be 45 out of 36 on a planet with 100% ability? We'll have to keep an eye on that. It could just be that we're waiting for a month to tick for them to actually grow. Is that what it is? Let's go to fastest speed for a moment. I want to see if they grow at the end of the month. There we go. Did Petan actually get a person? Surface. They did. All right. So there's their other guy. All right, and now we're losing food. This is bad. Okay. Construction complete. All right, we've got a lot of stuff that needs maintenance, but we're gonna have to mop that up. I'll try and do maybe a little bit of that off camera. If you enjoyed this episode, consider dropping a like down in the comment section. Support really means a lot. If you'd like to see more, I consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Stellaris every Monday, Wednesday, and, well, actually every single day. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, true, but also every other day, including Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.